Mal schauen. Boom. Excuse me. Ich mag sie nicht. Would either of you care for a quarter-pound of roast beef? Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day of the evidence from the case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness. The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be severed when eaten. Miss Star's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Allerdings, Joe Dark, that's a name I'll not so soon forget. Not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was even more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. Must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her. Lana Skye. My sister. The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by the legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gaunt. The legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh. Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used. Okay. Damen Gaunt and Lana Skye. Gaunt led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damen Gaunt's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism. By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He had produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean... Oh yes! There were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked. And always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Star. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Deswegen, okay. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gunn's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean, that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ah, und dann will sie sich einkerkern damit jemand anders die Position bekommt und er sie nicht mehr kontrollieren kann. Also irgendwas hat Damen Gant in der Hand kleiner Rhyme, was mit kleiner Sky zu tun hat. Also ist doch Demon Gant auf jeden Fall der Schuldige, definitiv. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last. I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star. You listen to me, Rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Okay, mittlerweile wird sie normal. Yes. Bam. Oh, you're back. You're still here. I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. DJ? You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Ah, yeah, okay. Oh, that DJ. Gotta admire your persistency, but my answer is still no. I'm not letting you in the cheese office, period. I'll beam my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Yeah. Boom. What's that crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they have pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too, but I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence, but we betrayed him. Naja, er war ja nicht dabei. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you. Okay. Ich danke dir. Lieber Gumshoe, you are the man. You be the man. Nice. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Großartig. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came to. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card! Wunderbar. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. So I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. Also, doch. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us to himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk. No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Exact. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be. No. But... No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. But... Okay, now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry, this guy is starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? Oh doch. Oh doch. He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Definitiv. Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. Wir hatten schon mal einen ähnlichen Charakter, falls ihr euch erinnern könnt, in Case Nummer 2. Oder beziehungsweise im, ja doch, in Case... Nee, Quatsch, Case Nummer 1 war das, genau, mit dieser Schnurrkatze, Konkubine-Kollegin. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's the best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Doch, ja, mittlerweile habe ich ihn auf jeden Fall auf dem Kieker. Das hier stört mich irgendwie. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh, be careful of what you say. Who knows? Chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out, you guys don't know how scary that guy can be. You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armor from here... At first the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window. Really? Why didn't he? They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view. Oh. Stained glass or not, it's a huge window. Also, dass bei ihm keiner reinsehen kann, darum muss er sich, glaube ich, keine Sorgen machen, wenn er 15 Stockwerke oben ist. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Oh, okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. 7777? Let me check this out. A 7-digit number. Input number. Yeah. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date? It's... Fuck off. Come on! I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Yeah, come. Nana. Booyah! Bingo! What number did you enter? Whose birthday was it, pal? 77777. The final LED bell on the record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 77777? That ID number? I think you're 17 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Wusste ich's doch. Say, anyone care to look inside? Yes. Fucking yes. What? Why? What the fuck even? Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's Oh, a shot from a broken cup. That somehow looks familiar. We've ever seen this before. There's something else in here too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. Können wir da... This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, what's just a thought. Is that it? That is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it. And a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's got to be something we can show the detective. Ja, natürlich doch. Present you with the goodness. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the two shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? I mean, this one. That was in the safe? Yeah, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Ja, natürlich passt's. Here, let me see that shard. Take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If we can piece this together again, I'll prove Chief Gant was knowing hiding evidence. Here goes. Das ist das letzte Stück, what the fuck? Oh. Yeah? Nee? Okay. Nice. There! It fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this. What is it? This piece you just attached. It's different from the others. What? There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line. That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in a safe? Final fragment found in Chief Gant's office, blood traces. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, Detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. Oh, God. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. That one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? Ist klar, Gumshoe. Ist klar. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Yeah. Alright, let's get this over with. Let's go. So. Haben wir das erstmal hier komplett voll. Press E to blow. Nice. I gave it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clearer result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Okay. Das hier könnte solide sein. Der hier auch. Ich glaube, der hier ist am genauesten. Hätte ich jetzt gesagt. Entweder das oder der Daumen. Eins von beiden. Aber ich glaube, der hier hat am meisten Fläche irgendwie abgedeckt. Ja, perfekt. Passt. Perfekt. Okay. Wo ist Gant? Da ist Gant. Okay, das ist er nicht. Ah. What? 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 Okay. No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? It seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey, you. Over here. What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here. Maybe you should hold on to this. Evidence for something, but what? Bears Emma Sky's prints. Vor allem war da den Handprint her. Okay. Langsam wird's echt merkwürdig. The chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. When a detective screws up, the chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. Aber sitzt ja noch näher dran. But aren't the chief's ears affected? Eben. He never listens to anyone anyway. That's besides the point. Yeah, allerdings. Guck mal hier. This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gunn must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? Wahrscheinlich letzteres. Schauen wir mal, ob wir noch genaueres irgendwie inspektieren können, aber anscheinend nicht. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. Then went along with Chief Gunn to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? Offensichtlich. These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey, this is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Also, das hier wahrscheinlich. Come. Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. Ah, this is the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that. Nah. We got you covered, Gumshoe. We got you covered. Alles fügt sich zusammen irgendwann, vielleicht. Mit Sicherheit. Was haben wir hier? Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you too. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of oh, vielleicht der richtige Evidence. Vielleicht hat Gumshoe wollte ich schon sagen. Vielleicht hat Edgeworth nur die halbe Liste und das ist die volle Liste. In most okay, auch nicht. In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Hey, look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what. No, about evidence lists. Normally they are twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-sized list of evidence. The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. Yep. What would the other half of the list be doing? Be doing here. I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case. Would appear so. List of evidence in the SL9 incident was ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. Ja gut, wir wissen, wer den zweiten Teil hat. Glaube ich. Wäre dann natürlich Edgeworth. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the code? Ah, super. Chief Gunn! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in science. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and I saw a stray dog run into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the code. Me, sir. Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir. Now get out. Yes, sir. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait, you, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir. I'd like to work with you. But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright. Free to go, aber was, wenn ich nicht gehen möchte? No, pal. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go and sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I would have never said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gaunt was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you're listening to me. I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the Chief again. Later, pal. Ja gut, erstmal will ich, dass Emma wieder zurückkommt. After that I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her for some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Schlechtes Zeichen. I see, so the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing, not a single useful thing. Really, I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Yep. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Yep. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth, it's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. Oh, Handprint, Vase, vielleicht ist das irgendwie das Stück, das gegen sie hält. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say. So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom, may I ask you, is this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name? Bam. Well, Miss Guy. Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it, she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think now, you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes. Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, there are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gaunt's name was never mentioned? Chief Gaunt. Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damen Gaunt. Ich seh's langsam, ja. If you intend to accuse Chief Gunn, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gunn falsified evidence in that case. Easy! Easy. I just found this in a safe in this chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They are pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gunn himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Weil er irgendwas von Emma in der Hand hat. Pun intended. Touché, Mr. Wright. Okay, come on. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Orders. Although I can tell you in details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. Okay. The trunk's lock was broken. And I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife from the SL9 incident, serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes. It seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well, and then... She saw me just as I plunged the knife in him. Okay. Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? Würde mich auch mal interessieren. It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So, you hid Dark's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it in Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister. To tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma. I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident. About Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. Bad feeling. The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. Yeah. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial, there's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. We've got to get to the bottom of everything. Damen Gunt, meine Freunde. Damen fucking Gunt. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. To be continued. It all boils down to this. Der finale Tag und die finale... Das Finale. Overall, eventuell, aber ich glaube, es wird wieder, ja genau, Trial Former und wir haben Trial Latter. Das heißt, nächste Episode. Nächsten Freitag, liebe Freunde, vorletzte Episode. Langsam fügt sich alles zusammen. Weiter geht's.